Alright, my name is Tabitha, and today we all want to have a professional paint job, but we don't want to pay the professional price. So today I'm going to show you how to paint trim in a very easy, efficient way so that you can get a quality product without spending a fortune. Before you paint anything, you're going to want to go through and fill in any cracks, any holes that you have from your nails. And then once that's dry, you're going to want to go back and sand that a little bit. It doesn't take very long. Once that's all sanded and you have it all cleaned with a tack cloth so there's no dust on it anymore to stick in your paint, you're going to want to tape off all of the areas that you're painting. The most important part in painting is your prep work. It's the most time consuming, but if you do it, it makes for the best finished product. Once you have it all taped off, you'll get whatever color paint choice you have. You're going to want to get it in a semi-gloss, in a high quality semi-gloss. Make sure that it's stirred really well so that you have no bubbles and all the paint's even, so forth. You're going to want an angled brush. You don't have to have an angled one, but this is what I prefer to use. And then you're going to want to get it about 2/3 up the paintbrush. You're going to start at the top and work your way down in nice even strokes. Every time you re-dip your paintbrush though, you're going to want to start in a dry spot and work your way into the wet spot so that it's nice and even throughout. You want to it's better to do more thin coats than it is to do one thick coat and just brush through it. Otherwise it's going to look all gummy and it's not going to dry evenly. It's going to look not very good. So once you have your first coat done, if you need a second coat, you can give it a light sand, put a second coat on it. Once that's all done and you take your tape off and clean up all your areas around that, you should have a quality product. Does anybody have any questions?
What's the rubber band for in the middle of that?
The rubber band is for when you wipe off your brush so it's not on the edges so you don't get paint all over this lid. So when you put your actual lid on, it doesn't squirt paint out all down the sides of it. Like this.
How long should you wait before you take your tape off?
You should take it off immediately.
You don't wait till it's dry?
No, once it starts drying, then it's going to start sticking and it can pull off the paint off of your trim as well. Or your wall, if you're doing a wall. So you want to take it off as soon as you're done while it's still wet. Unless you're going to do a second coat, of course.
You can use any kind of tape?
Well, you would want to use a painter's tape, depending on what you're putting the tape on. There's different types of painter tape for different products. There's a delicate one if you're using it on delicate surfaces, something that you don't want to take the existing paint off, or this is just regular painter's tape, just normal.
Well, what about your paintbrush? It's like you can get fine and medium, and what's the difference?
I don't know about the fine and the medium. The main difference is either real hair or acrylic hair bristles on your brush. I prefer acrylic bristles, and they clean up a lot easier than the real bristles do. Real hair bristles.
Should you tape the inside of the door?
If I was gonna paint just this trim, I would tape the inside of the door, yes.
How thick do you put the wood putty on?
Just enough to fill the hole. You might have to do it several times because when it dries, it sinks in there. So you might have to do it more than once, depending on how big the hole is.
How many coats on average do you put on your trim?
2. All right, so I appreciate you guys listening to my speech, and that is how you get a quality paint product.